Which part of London perhaps wouldn't you like to live in if you weren't very rat friendly? Is there a part of London that's worse than?
No, I don't think there is necessarily. I think it's fairly evenly distributed, the rat infestations. And if you didn't include rats necessarily, I mean, if you're talking about pests in general, in the borough I work in the north of it has got heavy rat and mouse infestations. The middle part is alive with cockroaches. The south is tropical ants and mice. And if you go around to the west area, that's tropical ants. So so you might not have your rat problem, but then it has other. I mean, we get 12,000 complaints a year, 12,000 new residences complaining every year, and that's out of, I think it's something like 160,000 properties. So, and that's public housing, housing association, and private. So near enough, it's about 10% of all properties complain every year of some form of infestation. So I don't think you can necessarily pick and choose where you would and you wouldn't. You just have to accept that it is going to be there.
What's the normal course of action then when a member of the public phones and said, I've seen a rat?
Well, years ago, up until a couple of years ago, you just send a rat catcher out who would go around, and it's not a bad job. People, I used to work at the. I used to do a job for Rentokil in the Beefeater gin factory in Kennington, and there was this guy who used to sit on this stool, and it was kind of this weird perch stool, and his eyes were level with this line, and he had to watch these bottles going down the, you see it on the TV, when they go around fast, and his hand was on a red button, and if one of the labels was above the line, he pushed the button, and the reaction time meant that bottle just flopped off. And I was walking around the Beefeater factory, and it used to be up in Kennington, checking all the mouse baits and the cockroach traps and the rat traps and whatever. And this guy, he's not allowed to take his eyes up. He knew I was there, and he's watching his bottles, and he goes, "Cool, couldn't do your job, mate." And I just thought, I bet you couldn't. You just sit there with your little button and your line. You just and the fact is, people get this idea that rat catchers are like always out there. They come home covered in blood, rat tails hanging from their belts, cockroaches taken home with them. The truth is that you probably see one or two rats. You probably see one rat a week. So what happens is you phone up and go, "Oh, I've got a rat in my house, and it tends to have been at night time you've seen it because you've heard some noise. You've gone downstairs thinking someone's trying to break in or something, and all of a sudden there's a scuttling across the floor, and you realise it's a rat. You phone up the rat catchers. We can't hunt down every rat, so what we do is we put poison down. We put it in, obviously, the places where we know they're going to be. We then go away. The rat comes out the next night, eats the poison, dies on the floor. And most people will pick it up, put it in a bin and throw it away themselves. And you've had a successful job. Sometimes people are really too squeamish and they kind of phone up and you have to come and pick up a dead rat. I see a lot more dead rats than I see live rats. So basically all it is going down and putting poison down. Sometimes you do have, there are occasions where you do have to physically hunt the thing down and take it out. That is so difficult, and they do put up a fight. They don't like dying. I've got 2 scars. I see, is that one there? The line there. That was through a suede, the dustman type gloves, and that was straight through that into there. And the other one that is cleared up now was on the palm of my hand, and that was because I was a bit stupid. I did I'm a pest controller and I know better. Went to this woman's house and she said, "There's a rat in the bedroom." And didn't look like a sort of place that would have had a rat anyway. I said, "Where?" And she said it ran in between there. And it's this little 1.5 inch gap in between two wardrobes. And I said, don't be silly, love, there ain't a rat through there. It might have been a mouse or something, but there's no way that a rat would have, I was completely setting myself up for it. And so I got my torch, and because I didn't think there was a rat on, I didn't put my gloves on, and that's my stupid thing to do. Anyway, didn't just convinced that there wasn't a rat, so I got my torch, got down on my hands and knees, shone the torch into the gap, and as soon as it's seen the torch, it's come rushing out. And I thought, immediately thought, I can't. Well, it's the first reaction, don't let it get away. I banged my hand into it, to grab it, grabbed it around the neck, and it just kind of gnawed away at the palm of my hand. Oh, just really, really bloody hurt. And I just smashed it about a bit, it died and everything like that. And the reason that you shouldn't do it is because when they do bite you, you have to go to hospital and have those painful tetanus injections, and they're really horrible. So you kind of have to get there, make sure you don't get Weil's disease or something, a rat bite fever, salmonella, tuberculosis, all those kind of different things that you can get from rats. So it's really stupid. But so sometimes we do have to go there and kill a rat.